the briefings that we've gotten and what we've been able to observe and confirm is that one, we have half the city doesn't have power.
Right.
In which area mostly?
Well, it's really, I don't know how you distribute it, energy, because on my street there's no power. The block down from me, they've got power.
Okay.
Fortunately, my son lives a block and a half and he's got power, so we went over to his house last night at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know, but the numbers I'm hearing is about half the city.
Right.
And the city is part of the city when it comes to power, which is why we have a water boil issue, that the water treatment plant is without power. And under the TCEQ requirements, I mean, you got to monitor the quality of the water going through the pipes, and your computers are down, the pumps are down, you can't see. And you know, we've got I've been told we have a 3-day water supply in the system at all times. I can't imagine the water going bad if it's in the system and people are using it. But the TCEQ says when you can't monitor the pumps on there, I don't know whether it's a quarter hour or maybe it's every, hourly, 24/7. I don't know what the rules are. But anyway, you can't do that if your computer's not running and the pumps aren't working. So you have to issue a water boil. Now that's fine and dandy, but the problem is now with power outages everywhere, if you can get the water, you can't boil it because you don't have any power, unless you got gas.
Right.
And I would think the majority of homes have electricity, so that's a double whammy right now. And then our wastewater facilities don't have power either, so the lift stations aren't carrying the wastewater to the processing treatment plant.
Is there any mechanism to get the power on to those areas that need it?
We're working with
priority-wise?
AEP as quickly as we can, and they know that's a top priority.
So that would be, I mean, obviously the words you're saying, it's exactly right.
Actually, to me, the wastewater treatment facilities need to be up.
Yeah.
That ought to be the top priority.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can use your water for anything else. If you want to wash the mud off your boots when you're coming in, or you want to wash your car, your dog, or anything, you can use it for non-consumption purposes, but you can't boil it. So that really creates a problem. But the wastewater is that, if you use the facilities and you flush the toilet, it's going to go into the pipes until the pipes just reach total capacity, and then what it's going to do is start backing up in your your showers, your tubs, and this sort of thing. So wastewater really is the top priority to try to get up and running again, and then of course water, obviously. But we're working with that as quickly as we can. AEP's on it, and as I understand that the storm has moved up a little further now, and we may not be getting all the rain that was originally predicted, which would be good for getting this stuff expedited. But I don't know the dynamics of it, but they know that it's our top priority, and they're a good bunch of folks.
If the power doesn't come back on within 3 days of you have 3 days of water supply in the water system. If we don't have power back to the water system within 3 days, are we out of water completely?
No, I don't think. Well, I don't know. The way you phrase that, I wouldn't think so, but I would. I mean, I guess logic says if the pumps are working and you got a 3-day supply and there's no pumps and you use what's in the system for 3 days, I guess you wouldn't have any water. That's probably right. I hadn't thought about that. But the other thing is that if the power can come on, Texana water, for instance, if they don't lose power, that water's pumped down to us, so that's good. But I don't have a good answer for you on that question. I'll have to find out. I'll try to get the answer on that one.
So let's talk about the here and now as far as ICE is concerned. You have a lot of people who want ICE around town. Do you have any idea where they can go and get it?
I haven't heard many people talking about ICE yet. I mean, temperature-wise, it's very nice outside. Now, 2 days from now, when the sun's back out and there's no breeze, and it's the end of August and fixing to be September, the hottest months we've got, it's going to get plenty hot.
Do you feel like we might have, I don't know, dodged a bit of a bullet here? Have you been driving around looking at the damage around the city? I know we have a lot of down trees and power lines. There's some structural damage here and there. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, our focus and our plan, the city's plan that we've implemented, and my hats off to the police chief, the fire chief, the emergency management people. Our goal was to, whatever happens, is that we protect life first. And I can tell you, both from a mayor's position and personally, the achievement of going through a Cat 4 hurricane and not one fatality and not one major injury, I mean, that's a benchmark to shoot for every time.
Absolutely.
I can tell you, we can clean up the tree leaves, we can clean up the branches, we can replace carpet, we can rebuild fences, but you can't replace lives. Mm-hmm. And I think we have done yeoman's work, not me, I just happened to be the mayor at the time that it happened, but the people that did the planning, they have done yeoman's work, and the plan worked. Even as I described this storm, it looked like a greased pig. You just couldn't get your hands around what it was going to do next. And you know, it started out as a tropical depression, and then a Cat 1, and maybe we're going to plan for it as a Cat 2, and then as you make decisions, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, it's a Cat 4. And
but see, that's the problem right there, is intensity, and we talked about that so much. Is that the Hurricane Center knows that they are bad at forecasting intensity, and this was a bad intensity forecast. That's why you always have to plan for the worst and hope that it doesn't happen. And then if you're told to evacuate, or you do evacuate and nothing happened, be satisfied and be thankful that that's what took place. Yeah. But they're very good. They're very good, and most meteorologists are very good at predicting where a storm is going to go once it starts on its final course. Yeah. And Rockport was mentioned early on this, but you're right. At first it was going to be a strong tropical storm, and it ended up being a Category 4. So obviously intensity is a problem, and it will continue to be so into the future.
Well, but you know, we've gotten some criticism, and I could show you some real doozies of emails that I got about our decision not to make a mandatory evacuation. But you know, that wasn't a decision that I made solo. I mean, that was in consultation with the fire chief, the police chief, the emergency managers from the county judge, and we all talked about it and what we needed to do and what we thought would be the best for our community. And we came to the realization and the conclusion that we did not feel like that ordering a mandatory evacuation was needed based on the information that we had. We did, in our strongest terms possible, encourage people to leave, and I think we had a tremendous response. You know, get off of the island, get off of North Beach, over there in the Kings Crossing area about where the Oso Creek is, because with the anticipated amount of rain, which fortunately, you know, we want the predictions to be right, but we're real glad they were wrong this time in terms of the volume, the amount of rain that we're going to have in that very short time. But I mean, we just felt like that, you know, if that much rain came going down Oso Creek and the water coming back into the Calle de Oso, I mean, it was going to be a flood. We told them to get out, and they took our warning. I can't give you a head count, but I mean, I've got indications that it was a pretty significant response getting out of town in those areas. We suggested people do that, and they did it. There was I understand, I've been told there was a little traffic slowdown going on 37 to San Antonio, but it wasn't, you know, a 15 or 16 hour trip to San Antonio, which was good. So, and no fatalities. I cannot tell you the relief that I had that when I got the no from the police chief when I asked him, "Are you aware of any fatalities?" And he said, "There none." At
what time did you ask him that?
I think that briefing today was at 11:30, so it was about 12 o'clock.
And we know that we have resources coming into us by the state. Is there anything that you need in particular from the state, from our governor?
Well, the governor's been kind. He made a pre-declaration really before the storm hit, setting us up as a disaster, or a pre-declaration request to the president. And he did that. The president has acknowledged and declared it a national emergency or a disaster. So we've got all the folks in line. I've talked to Senator Cornyn personally. He called the office. Senator Cruz called. I wasn't there when he called, but he offered whatever resources he had, and his office is available to help. The state representatives, Hunter and Herrero, have said, tell us what you need. We'll try to we'll get the state agencies involved, Senator Hinojosa. So, I mean, everybody's pulling together. And it's just been amazing.
What do you need, and how are you going
to? Where we are now in the operational phase is they're doing the inventory today. They're doing the assessment, trying to really identify what we need, and then they're going to come back and begin to prioritize what they need to get done first. And at that point, they'll determine, can we handle this, or we cannot. We need to call it. We have no pride of authorship. If we need help, we're going to ask for it. Right. I'm not so egotistical, and I don't think anybody on the staff is egotistical to recognize I can't solve all the problems. I'll take all the help I can get, but I want to make sure it's the help I need. And so we're going to do the assessment and get the people brought in. One of the the forecast as it changes. We had to be careful, because if that storm is going to make a U-turn and come back, then you've got to take that. But I don't think that's going to happen, at least to the extent that it was. You can probably address that better than I can, but that's the story I'm getting. So I think we can begin to move a little quicker on trying to get things done. The public could help us a lot. We can drive down and, Padre Island Drive or Staples or Everhard or Baldwin or whatever, and we can see down power lines. What we really would like for the public to do, and then call the emergency management office and give them the information, is to be the eyes and ears. There's plenty of neighborhoods where the power's in the easements behind the houses, and you see a down power line hanging on a chain link fence. I mean, that's trouble. And so don't go try to do anything with it. Just call the number, and we'll get in touch with the right people.
Is there a special number for that?
Yeah, we've had those numbers. 911 will do.
If you call that, or rather than tying up the emergency calls, but you probably got that
the AEP
ELC numbers or whatever, or AEP. But just get the information to people that can solve the problem. Okay. But the community can really be of help. Just being our eyes and ears.
I think we have that number. We may want to put it up real quick, just to while we're talking about it.
The number to AEP Texas, meaning if you see a down power line, what the mayor just said is, if you see, there it is right there on your screen. So if you happen to be driving anywhere and you see a down power line anywhere, obviously that's dangerous, don't get near it. Call it. That's what the city. Call it in. That's what the city wants you to do. And try not to call 911 so that those lines don't get jammed up. But you can call those two numbers at the bottom of your screen. That's 877-373-4858, or you can call 866-223-8508.
What else do you need from the public?
Well, we'd like for them to stay off the streets as much as possible. For a number of reasons. One, with the power out, there's many, I would say probably most right now, the intersections have no signalization. Right. And people are very courteous. I mean, but the main ones don't have signalization. They don't have stop signs. So you just really have to be aware of who's stopping and whose turn it is, and be kind, be patient. We really need to develop a good, hearty case of Corpus Christi patience. Because we're going to get through this. We're going to be back, but better and stronger. But working together, we can do that. But a good dose of patience. But stay off the streets if you must, as much as you can, because of the signalization, and let the people that really are trying to address and meet the needs get out and really do the assessment as to where the repairs need to be done. Just you might check on your neighbors, see how they're doing. If you haven't seen them in a while, or if they went out of town, you might check their house or whatever. Just good common sense. But on a couple of rumors, I hope I can put to rest too. Is I got a few texts when my phone was working. The phone service has been down. I don't know whether y'all are experiencing that, but I've been having a terrible time on my phone. But we get these, it's either on Facebook or something, they're just looting like crazy out on the island.
Yeah,
all this
we heard about
stuff.
that on the south side.
I've checked the police chief. I talked with him at this briefing, and I said, Chief, is that a problem? We need to do something about it. He said, we have not had one call for that.
Good.
So we had the Assistant DA, Matt Manning, on earlier talking about that, and what he told us basically was, if you get caught looting, you will do jail time. Guaranteed.
That's good.
Mark Gonzalez.
That's from Mark Gonzalez's office.
But and that's good. And they need to know that. But I don't know where that started, but you know, it got exaggerated. But the chief said we've not had any calls on that, and so I said, well, that's good.
You always get a lot of rumors that start flying.
You know, and I've just said that, and that's the facts. Now there'll be some people that, you know, they'll whatever, if they see it on Facebook, they'll believe it. But if they hear it from me, they probably won't. Some of them won't. You know, I don't know the mentality. But anyway, we're telling you the truth. I verify these things before I try to make a statement that could come back to bite me, and that one's not. That's the information I have.
One final quick question. I guess we've learned that Marina can handle a Cat 4 hurricane, huh?
Well, I don't know what kind of damage, if you know, in the marina. I've not gotten any report on that, to be honest with you.
It's very minimal, and they've upgraded it recently, and it seems to be in good
shape.
shape.
Well, that's good. I do know, and I've got it. I do understand that Port Aransas just really it was a disaster over there, and Rockport. They've had some traumatic experiences in those two communities, and Corpus Christi has been in communication with Port Aransas, Aransas Pass, Rockport, offering any help that we can. You know, our first priority is Corpus Christi, but we're not going to let our neighbors go unhelped. That's just not in our nature, and so we're going to try to offer as much help as we can. People can come back to Corpus Christi. There's no prohibition against it, but you do need to understand the circumstances that you're coming back, especially if you have young children. And we're trying to get the electricity back on as quick as possible through AEP. And
we've gotten word, Mayor, that number that people can call if there's downed power lines is 826-CITY. 826-CITY.
Oh,
okay.
Well, good.
Good to know. Okay, good to know.
That's just many numbers that I get. I can't remember them all. I don't have them.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. You're providing some wonderful information right now that's very helpful.
Can't thank you enough for taking out the time. You're a very busy man to come in here and speak with us here today on live television, and we really appreciate the update.
Well, I got to get back and finish my honeydew list, trying to get our front yard cleaned up a bit. That's why I'm dressed like this. But hey, there's a lot of people dressed doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
So. Right. But I did want to get the information out to you, and the media has been wonderful in getting the information out. And the more people know, the calmer they can be. And you know, and one thing I think if I've learned anything on this is that, you know, even if I come and say I don't have anything new to tell you, other than we're thinking about you and we're working, I think that brings at least some comfort to know that they have been forgotten. And so we're going to try to improve our number of exposures of information, even if it's just to say, we haven't forgotten you, we're working on it, we'll let you know when we have something different, rather than coming at 8 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the afternoon and that whole day as you're wondering. So there are some things that we can tweak and improve, but the media has been wonderful in the communications and getting out, and I appreciate that very much.